list of matters. This is pre-segregation. I think just give it. We have the same list, madam.
Pleadings and applications.
For the registry.
Several applications also.
May I make one submission? Lord, there is one matter at 501.14, that section 3A issue, my Lord. I have moved an application on behalf of the state of Arunachal Pradesh, IA 189,448, because we have the same concerns. My Lord, Justice Krishna Murari will recall, my Lord, there is this issue of citizenship to children of illegal Chakma migrants. Lordship may kindly permit us to be impleaded as a party. I will complete everything before the next date of hearing.
No, I don't think that should.
Do it. We can have it.
Sorry? This is Arunachal Pradesh.
It's not. The issue is again of children of illegal migrants being in a position to control consequences.
Six has nothing to do with them.
So
let's do this.
That's section 318.
Let's first complete this, then we will move on to the next.
It was mentioned, Lord, that red petition.
I know, but let's complete the process insofar as the first matter. Otherwise, what will happen is that the first matter will get unnecessarily complicated and delayed. Let's complete the exercise by the 10th of January. When the matter opens, you can tell us what your matter is about. Once in 5 minutes, once we hear arguments, we can take a call.
I was under the impression that civil writ petition 311 of 2015 may be one of the first petitions to be taken up. I am moving an application in that writ petition. Well, I will not take.
All right, we'll deal with the.
So there's only one prayer. The center may perhaps like to file an affidavit giving latest status report. Because nobody is we only go on to online and try and find out from the various sites of the government agencies. That perhaps may not be proper for us.
Certainly, just bear that.
I'll examine it.
On the 10th, you can come back.
I will examine it and see
it for direction.
The lordships are.
Yes. All right. So now we take the next matter.
Yes.
No, the lordship is not passing any order on my application.
No, we are just repeating pending counsel. We have told you. We will consider on that day.
Very well.
Well, in the Maharashtra matter, there's a little difficult. Well, we as council have not been able to resolve the issue. We tried. Well, I don't know, but there are too many issues floating around. I would request your lordships, that I forward to you, and your lordships may resolve it.
Mr. Mr. Solicitor, what is the difficulty in Mr. Jet?
No, my lords,
all of you.
I think we were all to some extent at fault because that meeting, which was to take place as your lordships had directed, happened just the evening before the next date of hearing. And there may have been some differences, possibly if they can suggest to us what are their suggested alterations, we could respond because that very.
I suggested, then you suggested that.
Well, all that I can say is you are the senior most in this group. So the fault lies exclusively at your door.
I accept.
Hospitable enough to your colleagues on the other side.
I accept my fault, I shall resolve it. Just put it up.
Just sit down together. What is the difficulty? These are the problem is Constitution bench. These are matters of intellectual moments. I mean, I think you can.
Actually, issues are framed in the order itself. The issues that are framed by the court, there's no need for anything else.
We can't
The court has framed the issues.
Yes, well, that's what I said. The issues are framed, so you are happy to argue.
The thought was that if sometimes what happens is you frame those issues at a preliminary stage when you're making the reference.
Yes.
Sometimes as you look into a matter, you realize that some issues may not really arise. Other issues can be combined. They can shorten the whole.
Your lordships will take a call, at that time when we argue the matter as to whether this arises.
Otherwise, we are happy to argue whether 8 or 9 of them. Yes. At that stage, my learned friend is right. If your lordship.
All right, then.
Yes, great.
There's only one thing that I want to point out to your lordships. One of the issues relates to the first issue relates to the decision in Nabam Rebia in respect of the removal of the speaker. That issue may actually have to be dealt with by 7 distinguished judges if we're able to persuade that that judgment is wrong.
To refer Nebium. That will, of
But
course,
we'll
the five will have to
consider at that
consider
time.
that.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
That's Malas. So that will be, I'm just pointing out that that may happen, Malas. That,
You can certainly address arguments and they will answer those.
Yes, yes,
that's right.
absolutely.
We'll bear it in mind.
Well, as your lordship may consider fixing it after the
The
NCT matter.
10th of our directions,
Very well.
just to give the dates that by
Right.
then we would have completed NCT.
10th of January.
Malas, is it possible to just, for that issue, to have a separate hearing on that? I'll tell your lordship the reason.
What we will do is,
To be a consolidated.
One second.
Mr. Sibal, what we can do is,
Yes.
when we open, you can certainly address us that
On
you know,
that
be
issue.
taken up first.
Otherwise, time will be wasted. Malas, supposing your lordships agree with us, it'll have to go to 7 judges.
Maharaj, whichever date your lordship fixes, my learned friend can address on the first issue.
I'm
at
saying
next
we
date.
can, that I can start with that.
So now that Mr. Sibal has given his mind,
Yes.
he would be proposing to address us on referring Nebium to a 7-judge bench.
Yes.
You can also be prepared on that.
Right,
That's
right.
In fact, look, of course, that we will have to submit on that day. But for deciding that also, your lordship may have to have the holistic picture.
Of course.
May not be possible, my lord.
Obviously.
Decide rubber
We'll have to have
from
some,
Nebium, lord.
no, holistic picture in the sense, some basic statement of fact.
Yes, Malas, there's no issue, there's no matters.
We will.
Normally, we want
Deciding
the
that
matter
as
to
a
be fixed.
preliminary.
Your lordship may consider fixing it after NCT, Malas.
Without
So Sibal, my learned brother Justice Narasimha has a very good suggestion. I'll just put it to my Justice. Mr. Sibal, what Brother Narasimha's suggestion that, why you're seeking a reference of Nebim to a 7-judge bench, you may prepare a short 2-page or 3-page note.
Yes.
Which you can share with the others.
Yes, we'll do that.
So that they know what your line of submissions
Yes.
is.
Yes.
So that,
Yes, absolutely, we'll do that.
and likewise, if thereafter you want to circulate a note why it shouldn't, you can prepare. So we'll
Right.
have
That's right, fair enough.
We will.
That can be a short hearing and then your lordship can decide.
I appear for the governor, but I would also like to say something as a proposition of law, not for the governor, whether it needs reconsideration.
That also you should make a note.
Whether,
Make a note on that.
whether that can be done in a segregated manner or consolidated.
Whatever.
That's very much, you make a note on that.
Mr. Kapil Sibal, Learned Senior Counsel, submits that when the reference is taken up before this court, he would be arguing for a reference of the correctness of the view of the Constitution bench in Nebun Rebia.
Correct.
Just give the citation.
I'll give the citation.
To a 7-judge bench. Full stop. In order to, full stop. It has been agreed that Mr. Sibal, Mr. Kapil Sibal, and Senior Counsel, shall circulate a brief note of his submissions on the proposed reference to a 7-judge bench that he would seek. Full stop. The note shall be circulated at least 2 weeks
Yes.
in advance, appearing on behalf of the governor of Maharashtra. Likewise, on receipt of,
And the private respondents.
yeah, and the respondents. Likewise, the respondents would be at liberty to circulate a brief note of submissions responding to the note which will be circulated by Mr. Sibal. Full stop. Both sets of notes shall be compiled by the nodal council and circulated to the court in the electronic mode at least a week before the next date of hearing.
The citation is 216-8 SCC, page 1.
We will
2016
list it,
ADCC.
we'll again list it for directions just on the 10th, just to make sure that this exercise.
Well,
is
it's because there is an element of urgency in this matter because.
10th of January.
Yes, and then a date as early date as possible, because
Yes,
the
that-
election
that
commission
we'll
is
do.
going on with the matter.
Certainly, we'll do that on the 10th.
Please, thank you.
So that with that, all the procedural formalities will be completed.
Right.
Now, we'll not pass a procedural order. Please ask the registry will circulate the scanned copies to the nodal council.
Yes.
Please make sure that, all of you have one set of scanned copies which
The
is
same
circulated
pagination.
between each of you and all of us, so that we don't have to shuffle papers there.
No, Maharaj, we are now
Yes.
trying to learn to be paperless.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great.
Very grateful.